Hello, everybody. Welcome to a special session this Sunday afternoon where I'm jumping back on to finish up the readings that I did not get to in the mornings, this morning session. I actually have three donations first that I'll do, and then I'll complete out the free readings. There's no chat in this because I'm not taking any new reading requests for this session. Um, but I will be back next Friday morning for free readings. And if you want any like immediate answers and you aren't able to request a personal reading, then I have a ton of free content on my main page. I've got Equinox 3-month readings. I got 2024 energy forecast that gives you a forecast for the entire year. I've got pick a cards galore on there. So if you're looking for some free content, check out my main page and follow your heart. Spirit will guide you there. And if you do want a personal reading, you can look at the description box of the video. I have personal readings where you just ask whatever you want to know, and I pull cards. Even have relationship readings, past life readings, life purpose readings, probably something else on there too. But it's all listed in the description box if you're interested in that. Yeah, and then after I'm done here, I'll post a comment, the order in which all the readings were completed. So we will do that. And I am using today the Sufi Tarot. So if you're interested in taking those, be sure to take a look at that. And thank you for all the thumbs up to something that you can do for free that does help the channel and help spread the Zen love. So you're part of the love tsunami. So that is it. That's the skinny. And let me just move some stuff around here. Excuse me, and we will get started here. All right. So the first donation that I had not wasn't able to get to is from SB. So thank you so much, SB, for your donation. I really appreciate that. And so you had two questions. The first one was, how will Sanisa treat you in your connection? Right now, you're being there for each other. Oh, and sweet. Yeah, but you're not in a relationship. So how will they treat you in your connection? Let's see here. Let me just give these one more shuffle. Get some energy flowing in them. Let's see what Spirit wants you to know here about your connection. How will they treat you in your connection? All right, there we go. And what else? I just feel like there's more to it than that. Okay, yeah. All right. All right, so there was 5 cards there. There was a lot of cards. I didn't realize how many cards there were, but yeah, we did have these 2. All right, yeah, and then 3 major arcana. So I like this. We'll start off with these last cards here, and we've got. Well, okay, so we got the moon card. Let's focus in on that one first. So the moon card is this. The hidden and the unknown will bubble to the surface. There's a lot of emotion that's below the surface, even possibly, kind of a past life type of energies, because there's a lot below the surface that's bubbling up. And the reason I say past life too is because you also have the strength card, which represents, our human self and our higher self. You see the infinity symbol. So there's this spiritual connection that comes in here with 18 and 8. So sorry. And so I feel like there's this draw, this gathering together. And like you said, you're being there for each other, and there is purpose to your meeting. It's not by accident. There definitely is purpose behind it. Temperance is the unfolding of things. It's the like alchemy where it takes time for things to unfold. So there's a little bit of patience with there, but it's about progression and slow movement and slow growth. It's not going to be really something that just happens, really, really quick here. And I feel like the connection between the two of you, they've got these underlying fears that is what makes them, makes this slowness come in. Oops, sorry. So you've got the Son of Coins, which is the Knight of Pentacles. Knight of Pentacles is this one of it's the slowest moving knight, like Temperance, both of those together, it's like takes time for things to grow and to unfold and all of that. And a big piece of that behind here is this Three of Swords, which are fears and disappointments and heartbreak from the past. And the Daughter of Swords, the Page of Swords, is them looking into that, understanding that, and moving through that. Because I feel like where a lot of the conflict comes in on the bottom of the deck, you've got the Tower card and the Five of Swords. The Five of Swords represents their inner conflict between their head and their heart, and the Tower card is the fear. In this with this scenario with these cards, it represents the fear of things, someone suddenly being removed out of their life. They've had a lot of abandonment, I feel, in their life. A lot of people suddenly leaving, whether by death or by choice, out of their life earlier in their life is where a big piece of it is, but it's rippled out into where they've had people that just ghost them out of nowhere. And so they're very hesitant on trusting humans. So this is why it's a slow growth. Not that they think that you will do it, they just have had so much of it. They just, I didn't expect them to do it either. And so they kind of have this you know slow slow movement. But I feel like here we've got the Four of Cups, so there's emotional stability there. So I like that with that, how they treat you here, and victory with the Chariot card and the power of choice and movement forward here. So, I feel like that they're comfortable here, and even on the bottom of the deck, we've got the Four of coins, the Four of Pentacles. So you got a couple fours, which are very stable energy. And I feel like the connection that they have between you, they treat you this way because you feel comfortable, you feel like home in a positive way to them in this, you know, um, I don't know, stability, comfortable. And that's why I feel like things will move forward for you here. And we'll talk about where your connection is going to lead here with question number two. But I just feel like things do go faster with you than with anyone else with opening up because of how you treat them, how you treat yourself, how you have this stability that you create between the two of you, and they're like, okay, you're not like other people. You really are like, you don't give up on people. You're very stubborn, and that's a good quality that they see in that. So I like that, and I feel it's reciprocal. But let's take a look here. I'm going to look here for question two. You wanted to know, where will your connection head towards? So let's take a look at that here. And let's see what we've got here. Where will your connection head towards? Based on current energies. And I just kind of want to dig in here. I want to look at fate. Is this a fated relationship or what else on that? I'm just going to get a little nosy. I'm sure you're okay with that. All right. Okay. All right. Yeah, I do feel like this is a fated relationship because you have the Shah of Cups, which is the King of Cups, and the Three of Coins, which is all about being true to your authentic self. But the Shah of Cups, King of Cups, whenever I'm looking at relationships, when I get that card, and actually this card too, Malika, the Malika of Swords and the King of Cups have the same type of energy. It's compatibility. It's the balance between head and heart, which is a great. It's like it's my card of extreme compatibility. Like it's like wow, because kings roll over cups, but all the kings get a second portion of air, so they balance the heart with the mind. The Malika of Swords, the Queen of Swords, she rolls over the mind, and all the queens get a second portion of cups. So even though outwardly the King of Cups has this emotion, behind the scenes they've got this mind and communication and everything. And even though the Queen of Swords is seen outwardly communication, mind, but the heart isn't like worn on their sleeve. They have a great depth of emotion once you get to know them. And I feel like as you guys are getting to know each other, you're realizing, wow, you have so much in common and such a beautiful, like I said, compatibility. And it just feels so comfortable. The Three of Pentacles with the King of Cups is that this emotion or this energy that you guys feel, you can be yourselves. You feel comfortable being yourselves because you're so much alike and compatible. Your weirdness that other people would think is weird, you guys think it's cool because you have that same thing. Be like if you're into into sci-fi, and you're like, I'm a Trekkie, and they're like, I am too, and other people are like, oh my god, but you guys are like, oh my gosh, it just brings you closer together. So I don't know if that resonates, but it's like, it's that kind of energy. And the connection that you guys are headed into here. So like I said, you've got the Queen of Swords and then the you can't make it up that they're, these are just divine counterparts, and that's why I feel like there is this destiny for you guys to be in this deeper relationship. And I do feel like it does unfold here, where you've got the World card here, the card 21, which is ending of an old cycle, beginning of a new adventure that's so free and flowing with so many possibilities. And you have the Star card, which is one of the dreams come true type of cards. So I feel like this is a very positive thing here. Just the period of time that it's taking for, you know, things to progress, it's perfect because during that time you're letting go of thoughts and beliefs that don't serve you, emotions that don't serve you, cleansing your energy, decluttering your physical life, and they're doing the same thing, and this is allowing you guys to raise your vibration instead of being where you're at and doing what you've always done and having a relationship end that way. You're raising your love vibration and it's going to be at a whole new level than you've had with anyone else. And so I like this for you. It just feels such great possibilities. And I do feel every interaction is destined in a way, because we do want it's all these possibilities of interactions we have with people that are our mirrors that teach us things about life. But there's faded relationships which are not optional and just possibility, but agreements you made before you came down here of I want to interact with you and this is the kind of life that I want to head and go through. And so there is a lot of the extremity of the relationship has to do with both of your individual energies and choices, but you definitely have this um, fated, preordained, pre-agreed, that you guys would come together in this lifetime and support each other like you are, but that it would grow deeper and deeper, and that you would experience this higher vibrational love with each other. Whether it goes into, marriage and da 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 da, that's to be seen. That's just all definition, but it's about the sharing, the how you guys are interacting is what's important for your journey. So I love that. So that's what they have for you, SB. So many blessings to you. I'm excited for you. All right. And then I had a couple more donations. Infinity is one. They were the next two were from you. So thank you for your double donations. And so the first one you had was does Tex like you romantically? So let me just shuffle these up and let's get some energy flowing in here around Tex. All right. So does Tex like you romantically? All right, let's see what we got here. All right. Well, sorry. I try not to giggle and laugh and whatever before showing you guys cards because that's not fair. I know. But you got the 6 of pentacles on the bottom of the deck, 6 of coins. This is equal giving and receiving. So I like this energy. I do feel like it's, this coming together there. And sorry, I saw something out of the corner of my eye. It was like spirit saying hi. um, so we'll see what that means here. And okay, there's definitely a lot of fire here. Okay. All right. um Romance, like emotional romance, not so much as attraction, physical and energetic attraction. Um, I don't feel like like the emotion of love doesn't come up quite often with them yet in their life. But you've got all this. You've got the King of Wands, you got the Five of Wands, and the Magician. So there's a lot of fire energy, a lot of divine masculine energy, and this transformation of this energy that they have. So there's definitely, um, like I said, passion and fire there. So and not just physical attraction. There's an energetic draw between the two of you, but they do have this giving and receiving, and I feel like what's holding them back. They've got the Nine of Pentacles, very independent, and they have this Knight of Swords, which is the pursuit of trying to see things from a higher perspective, trying to get out of some old mindsets that are there. And it just feels like with a Six of Coins, they've got a lot of old belief systems about what they deserve and what they don't deserve. The Six of Pentacles is, when we're younger, we've got that out of balance, giving and receiving, where we felt we had to, for the important people in our lives, usually like parents, grandparents, someone where we gave so much to, got so little back. That gets stored in there, and that's this out of balance where they feel they have to give 1,000 love coins before they can get one back, and their little inner child is like keeping score, and they're like, nope, nope, you don't deserve that yet. So they've got these mindsets and some stuff that just needs to be looked at to where they can give more from their heart, because I feel like they gave, and they ended up in a lot of codependent type of relationships with friends, family, and lovers, where they just end up getting, they overgive, they don't allow people to give back to them, and then their partner, whatever, ends up going and, expressing their giving to other things or people in different ways. Workaholism, friends, affairs, all that kind of stuff. And I feel like that's where they're just kind of have that part of their life a little walled off, as far as their heart, if that makes sense. But they're attracted to you, just they can't offer emotion. And if you're okay with that, you're like, woohoo! If you don't want commitment or relationship. But I just feel like they need some time to look into that stuff. So that's what they have for you there for that one, Infinity. So thank you for that one. And then your second question, and thank you for your additional donation on the rainbow. So you said the thing with Murgo happened a while ago. Does it still bother him? Should you apologize? You want to tell him you love him, but you don't want to make him uncomfortable. Okay, let's take a look here. Let's just dig and let's just refresh these. Let's dig a little deeper into this. So, first of all, let's see what happened with Murgo. Does it still bother him? Let's take a look at that. And then, is it for your highest experience to apologize? What do they want you to know about that? And then, let's look at the uncomfortability, or what will be the result if you tell him you love him. What, based on his current energy, what would his response be here? Okay. Excuse me. All right. Yeah, we'll start with that one, okay? All right. You know, you've got here, um, the dreams come true card with the star and the judgment card, which is a higher calling. And even though it's like you spirit is saying that, well, if I tell him I love him, what will the result be? And they're like, I just feel like it's a different path for you. Even on the bottom of the deck, you've got the the 3 of, wands. Oops, sorry here. It helps if I look at the camera. Which is you taking a different direction with new information and even the power of choice coming in here in this change energy. So I feel like that there's a different route for you to go. And so I feel like spirit is saying, look at why you want to tell them that you love them. And it's like this telling yourself you love yourself. And when you finding the self-love within you, you see things differently. And that's why this 3 of wands takes you in this different direction. Let's look at this additional information because maybe the stuff that comes through now also helps you. So let's take a look. Um, let's look at, is it in your highest to apologize to him? We're kind of going backwards. But apologizing here, they said the 9 of wands, that would be more for you than for them. And the justice card here is the balancing of the scales. And it would be more not for them, but for your sake that you would do it. And so you don't actually have to do it yourself to them. And we'll find out here if it still bothers them. And we'll look at these, what they got, 5 cards that we'll look at here. Haven't seen them yet, but there's this the balancing, and it's like the asking for forgiveness would be to release you from your guilt. And I don't feel like it would help them any because the 9 is the hermit's journey, the staff is the wands. It's the barriers that you have. And I feel like cutting yourself some slack, forgiving yourself and realizing you did at the time what you felt was the right thing for you to do or say based on the information and based on who you were at the time. But you can release yourself from that and go, you know what? I was acting out of fear, and now and I know I learned, and now I don't have to do that anymore. And so I feel like it's more internal that you do this for. This apologizing is for you, and so I feel even if you write a letter and burn it or whatever, you don't even actually send it. You're just asking for forgiveness of their higher self in a way so that you can cleanse that from your energy because it's holding you back, but it doesn't need to be, if that makes sense. And let's take a look here. The thing, let's see, does it still bother him? Let's take a look here. No. I don't feel like it was here. I feel like, they've got the tower card coming in. I feel like they realized, you know what? They feel like, okay, it happened on purpose for a purpose. And it allowed them here with this emperor kind of energy, which is the king of wands, allowed them to take control and move forward in their life. And I feel like they are in this place where they feel like they are living their dream, the 9 of cups, and also that they're being true to their authentic self. And there's even the 6 of coins. I wonder if they're in a relationship because there's this equal giving and receiving energy that's coming in here. So I don't feel here, and then this makes sense why, it's like this helps you. You don't need to apologize. You don't need to bring up old wounds or reactivate anything for them. And I feel like they feel like it happened for them. I feel like they're going, okay, whatever happened, it triggered some stuff within them for them to really go, I now I can just be me and be true to me, and I'm going to go pursue what I want to do. And I feel like they're in this equal giving and receiving relationship. Um, so I just feel like they learned a lot through as a result of what happened and whatever recovery they went through, whether they did counseling or inner reflection or whatever. I feel like they've grown through it all, and so I don't feel like it still bothers them. I feel like they look at it as a blessing in disguise, where they learned a lot about themselves and they've moved forward and they're being more true to themselves instead of trying to be who they think other people want them to be. And I just feel whatever happened just really brought a lot to the surface for them to transform themselves. So that's the energy that I feel is coming in here for you, Infinity. So hopefully that helps. But you're like, yay! Release yourself, forgive yourself. Just go, you know what? I came down here to learn and to grow, and I'm learning and growing. I'm already perfect. Now I'm just wandering around the perfect mountain of who I am, discovering different things. And I discovered a cliff that's on my mountain because I fell off it. And that experience, you can look at it and see, what did you glean from it? How did you grow, knowing that it happened on purpose for a purpose? How are you more truly unique to yourself? Look at that all that we just talked about them as a mirror about yourself as well. So I like it. I like it. I like it. I like it. All right. So that's what they have. So many blessings to you. And now we'll jump into the free readings. I'm just going to shuffle these up here. And we'll start with Smooth Life. You'll be up first. And thank you guys so much for all the thumbs up that you give the video. It does help the channel grow. And it's something everyone can do for free. So if you're enjoying your free readings, make sure to give it a thumbs up. That does just help. So thank you for that. All right. And let's break these open here. All right. So they are all set, and we'll start here. So you wanted a message from your higher self, Smooth Life. You got the Daughter of Coins, which is the Page of Pentacles. New abundance that's coming in here. New opportunity for abundance that's opening up. And I like this. There's this growth. It's like an enhancement. So, you can think of a page as a number 11. We've already got an ace through the 10. So it's like an additional, like maybe it's a raise, maybe it's a promotion, maybe it's advancement in some way where you're feeling more fuller in the outside world. So whatever that means for you. Is it money? Is it relationship? Is it a child? Is it you know, someone expressing their love for you, whether it's romantic, family, friend, or whatever? It just feels like there's this blossoming that's coming in here and this opportunity of feeling fuller. And a big piece of this is allowing yourself to receive it, you know. Um, gratitude journal coming to mind. So I'll say it. I'll say it. Gratitude journal, I feel, will be such a beautiful thing because it's like you've got a lot of blessings. You got a lot of things that can be thankful for that we start taking for granted. And a gratitude journal is an amazing thing. Even if you do it for 30 days, just one thing a day that you're grateful for without repeating anything, it changes your overall energy. It opens up things. Because when I did mine, I talk about it a lot. So apologies if you've heard it already, but I did it, and I felt so different after 30 days that I'm like, I'm going to continue doing this, and I'm like, I'm not going to put a time limit on it. I'm just going to do it until I'm tired of it or until it served its purpose. Almost 5 months, every a new thing every single day that I was grateful for, and not repeating anything. And I realized how abundant my life was, but also in all that gratitude, more things to be grateful for continued to come in. And so I didn't run out of things. I was just like, okay, I was in such a place of becoming an expert at finding the gratitude in things that I just didn't feel I needed it anymore. But if you ever do, and you can always on your cell phone, put a reminder every day, just like a silent vibrating alarm. What am I thankful for? And have it go off, and then take a moment, think about it, and do it. But writing it down, saying it out loud helps. And if you want to do it even more, you can have a alarm go off 3 times a day, or journal it in the morning and at night, maybe at lunch, and, whatever you resonates with you. But the more you do it, the more expansive gratitude comes and the more stuff that comes in. So I love this for you. All right. So that's what they have for you, Smooth Life. So many blessings to you. And then Soul Searching Vibe, you were up. All right, you got some great Aries energy coming up here. Tuesday, we move into Aries season, so it definitely is at its out of focus. Let's see. See if it'll focus in there a little bit. But this is the Emperor is about this energy of see if I move out of the way maybe. But really deciding what it is that you want to do with your life. Where do you want to head, with this love in your life? Get out of your head of the supposed to, shoulds, need tos, have tos, must. There's all these advisors telling you, the emperor needs to marry, and so this is who you're supposed to do. And no, 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 no. There's all these people telling the emperor, how love is supposed to work and who you're supposed to be in love with and all this stuff. And it's like, all right, thank you, everybody. Appreciate it. It is my life. I am the emperor. I have control over my life. So clear the throne room, please. Thank you and good night. And then you decide, what do I want? What does my heart want? Not what I'm supposed to want. And then you make plans and you put forward the energy. And then, that's when sparks happen. One of the big things that comes in with all of this too is, live your passion. Live your passion, not other people's passion, and not have your passion be finding love, but expressing the love in your heart with the world. Um, Living your passion, going and doing the things that you love. Because I really feel like with all of this fire energy of this Aries, it's in doing things that you love, sparking new things, doing things. This you meet people while you're doing the things that you love that become best friends, and then you also find your next partner, and it's that you have this in common of you both love to do this thing or these things, and it's part of the bond that brings you together. So I like that for you, soul searching vibe. So get out and do the things you love. Yeah, boom, period. All right. So many blessings to you. And then angel blessings, you're up. Any blessings coming to you? Tons, tons. It's like, let's take her out of the picture because it's not a confusion and I don't know what to do. It's almost like I don't know what to do with all these blessings coming my way because you have all of these beautiful things, these jewels that are coming your way. And I like this attitude of gratitude energy that's just in the air because it's like, when don't I have blessings coming to me, like I was just talking about with Smooth Life, there's this, amazing awareness of that in every moment we've got this, I've got electricity, right? I've got internet, I've got a voice that I can speak. I've got connection to spirit, there's all these types of things and all this energy that's here about, you know, um, we've got a barking dog that will, protect and notify when packages are being delivered or someone's walking in front of the house. You can find blessings in anything. And I just feel like that's like a big focus of um, a blessing, like, one of the biggest blessings is realizing how many blessings we have in every moment. I had another heartbeat. I had another heartbeat. I can breathe, I can walk. I've got 2 arms. I got 2 eyes. I've got 2 ears that hear and I can see, and I have taste buds that can taste, and, there's just so many things when we realize, wow, and the more we focus on the blessings we do have, we just get flooded with more and more and more and more. So I really feel like now's the time to, you know, do a blessings journal or, what do they call it? It's, whoops, forgot I had my phone plugged in. Want to rip something out of the wall here. But there's this, what do they call it? A glimmer? No, is it a glimmer? Sorry, I just need to find this because it's so perfect for with glimmer, a glimmer. It said recently I learned about a term called a glimmer, which is the opposite of a trigger. Glimmers are any moments in your day that bring you joy, happiness, peace, gratitude, or love, making you feel good. The more you look out for them, the more you'll notice, and the fewer triggers you'll encounter. We tend to see what we actively seek. And that's exactly it. The glimmer, the glimmers, or look for the glitter. You can call it the glitter, the things that bring me joy and rainbows. But I feel like this is the message they want to hear for you is just to focus in and allow that. And whether it's a journal, I know that's kind of like something my mom did or does. I don't know if she still does it, but she had a cookie jar and she didn't wanna eat cookies anymore because she was, trying to watch all of her health. So she cleaned it out, all the cookie jar, and then what she would do, she had a little pad of paper next to it, little scratch paper, and she would just write something that she was grateful for when she would think about it, fold it in half and put it in the cookie jar. Whenever she was feeling low or feeling down or just wanted a little bit of a spark in her day, she would just go pull a handful of the things out of the cookie jar and read them, and then boom, it changed her energy. So I like it. That's what they have for you, angel blessings. So many blessings to you. All right. And Goldie, you are up. So anything about your significant one? Yeah. Did you get this before? Six of Cups, past life connections. So definitely there's tons of past lives that you guys have had together. And if you do past life readings, look into that. We have access to our Akashic records where past lives are, um, done or stored, done. They're stored there for us to access. And I do past life readings. If you're interested, the description box has the link to those. Um, but what's amazing is that all the past life readings that I do, it's like we get bits and pieces of, depending on how big of a past life reading we do, we can have one lifetime that they'll tell us what's the most important lifetime to be aware of. And extended lifetime readings, it's like you get two or three that are like, what are the two or three different lifetimes that are important for me to know about why I'm bringing those in? And it's amazing. People are like, it's amazing how these readings come out that they're so similar to the relationships that we're having now, but with twists and turns, and it's like we are trying to see different perspectives from it. So I just feel like it's important for you to know that, your future significant one has been a significant one in the past, either as lover, could have been boss and employee, or, you know, a conflicting personality to help each other, round out your rough edges, or there's a whole bunch of different things we love coming down as different types of characters, but definitely different types of love between you in past lifetimes. So I love that for you. And that's what they have for you, Goldie. So many blessings to you. Definitely strong past life connections. If we haven't talked about it, you will, when you meet them, there'll be no doubt who they are. I usually been saying lately, they'll have like they'll be glowing, you're like, I'm wondering, that person I met, they were glowing, there was a rainbow shooting out of their butt or out of their third eye, or, whatever. You're just like, I wonder if that was them. Yeah, it's gonna be very obvious that it was them. So there you go. That's what they have for you, Goldie. Many blessings. And then Lynx Lee, you wanted a spirit message, and you got the Son of Coins. The Knight of Pentacles, it's one of the slowest moving knights out of them all. If it'll focus, I don't know why. Come on. Hitting something makes it work, right? Well, I don't know. But you can kind of see it is this it's a horse and because it's the night and they're out in the harvest and it's taking time for it to come to fruition. So there is this patience, message that when those come out, which we love those as humans. But just there's also this just knowing that everything is unfolding in its right order. You'll eventually get to the harvest, but a big piece of this slowness of life that's happening in your life right now is to allow you to look inward and allow you to look at your worth in relationship to the outside world in a different way and move it from, because it is a movement energy of your worth of, having defined yourself by what I call retail price of the outside world, which is we're told and taught, right? Define yourself by relationships, situations, and things. And those define you, is what we're told, but they don't. That's retail. That's what we're worth to the outside world, which fickle, up and down. We all end up on a clearance rack, right? But inward and upward is where we eventually turn, and that's the sun, the knight of pentacles is there on a quest for the ace of pentacles, which is up in the sky over there, and it is this energy of you know um eventually being disappointed enough and tired of the instability and temporariness, I guess that's a word, of the outside world, where we turn inward and upward and we're like, oh, there it is, what we've been looking for all along, which is the eternal, unconditional love of the higher realms. When we go from being put on the clearance rack by the outside world to connecting and seeing the pricelessness of who we are and how how we truly are, our true selves. And so I like this journey, trust the journey, trust the process, trust things are unfolding. But the reason why things are going slow is to allow you to raise your self worth and that love vibration that you have for yourself. And that changes how we perceive the outside world too. Because where we've been judging the world as falling short, when we're turning inward and upward and we're overflowing with that beautiful energy and that pricelessness, we suddenly see the world differently too, because we're not looking for it to be something that it's not. We're finding our wholeness in here. Then everything on the outside world is above and beyond extra. So we move from a place of lack to a place of abundance. So I feel like that's Spirit's message for you right now, Linksley. So many blessings to you. And then Marie Jones, hello, hello. A reading for April. Absolutely. All right. You've got the Shah of Swords, the King of Swords. So definitely the month of April has a lot of communication, a lot of, I guess I could say, seeing things from a different perspective, evolution of things too. If you're having any kind of training or schooling that's available, it's very highly supported during that time, even the starting up of it, because you're just going to be so in tune mentally during the month of April. Because the King of Swords not only co rules over the sword suit with the Queen, all kings are given a second portion of the air energy, so that the master of um, thought and belief and mindset and communication. So, a great time for communicating, for presenting, for learning and growing and seeing things from a different perspective. A lot of transformation of thought and belief, letting go of old things that don't serve us anymore as far as, our belief system. So it feels like a very it's a mental month, it looks like here. Very, very, but it's higher mental. It's not like, overthinking kind of energy. It's higher thinking kind of energy. So I like that for you, Marie, and that's what they have for you right now. So many blessings to you. And then up next, we've got Cutie. You are up. So who is coming towards you? Well, you got the Two of Cups, which is one of the, important relationship cards. So lover, it could even be, could be a lot of different, scenarios. Definitely if like love is coming your way, like as a romance kind of love coming in. But it's also best friend energy. It's also family energy where like reconnecting with an old family member. also connecting to your higher self. So I feel like relationships are really at their culmination for you, and it's just like it's I don't know if this happens to everybody, but I have like twice a year. I'm really an introvert. I spend a lot of time just with me and spirit, and always have. It's part of my. If you look at my birth chart, I've got most of my planets are underneath, and I got 4 planets above the hemisphere, but 3 of them are in retrograde, which puts them underneath. So like all the planets except for 1 are below the surface. And I think it's my Neptune that's not below the surface, which Neptune is about the dream world and all that. So anyway, just to say that, you know, um, introverts, you're supported. But like a couple times a year, I'll have where I'll just get contacted out of the blue with all these people, and then it's like a tide, it all goes away. And then, 6 months later, whoosh, and then, whoosh, you know, and I feel like that's what's happening to you is whether you're an introvert or not, I just feel like you're having this flood come in of all these different relationship type of scenarios that are coming in for you. So that's what we have of who's coming towards you. And if you ever want to know who is this person, we can dive deeper into them too. So many blessings to you, cutie. And then Pinky, you're up next. I'm just going to take a sip here. And Pinky, you want a little tidbit about your future spouse. I like that. Abundance, yay! Independence too. So with this 9 of coins, they're a self-made person, and I feel like really financially here too, they're just really financially independent. Entrepreneur, if we haven't talked about that, it just feels like they own their own business. They, and that's how they're financially independent. They're not dependent on anyone else. They make all these decisions. They do all these things, and it feels full. And I feel like they've been quite a loner a bit too. So it makes sense that they've had so much energy on, education and developing their business, and it takes a lot of effort and energy and time that they dated, but nothing serious came of it because the other person didn't understand, or their persons they didn't understand that they are like from the moment they wake up till they go to sleep at night, busy, 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 developing this business, developing their life. And rather than them going, I'll be your partner in that and I'll help you, where can I help you? They were like, why are you paying attention to me? And they became a demand instead of a partner with them. And these were dating, and they didn't go past like 2 or 3 dates because they were like a week or 2 apart, and then the other person was like, "You're not giving me enough attention," instead of trying to say, be understanding and supportive. That's why I don't know if we've talked if this was you or not, but I feel like you'll end up helping them in their business and be a support, and working alongside them, and, um, and it's just like, wow. They just are like, "Wow, who are you?" I'm, like, blown away. So I like that. So that's a little tidbit, Pinky. So many blessings to you. And then a new three, April month for you. So April is a reflective month for you with the Hanged Man, seeing things from a higher perspective. And it's like this, it's a month where you're taking a lot of time to step back to look at things, and you're transforming during this period. But I feel like a big piece of it is like once a week, you're just kind of stepping back, reflecting on things, on people and situations, and you're seeing things from a different perspective. And you're like, wow. And it's transforming your relationships with people, your, how you're experiencing events and different things in your life with this. And I like that. It just feels like people that would just irritate you taking a step back and trying to see things from their perspective, a different perspective, and you're like, Okay. I thought they were being stubborn, and then I realized, oh, there's three fingers pointing back at me. I'm being stubborn too. So I understand their passion for their thing. I would want them to be understanding of my passion, but why would I expect them to give me what I'm not giving them? So, I'm going to ask them why they are so passionate about that and get that perspective and go, huh, and to see, I like this. So, big transformative April for you. So, I like it. So, many blessings, Anusri. And then Jashan, hello, hello. A general for May. All right, for May. Woo-hoo-hoo. So, you got the lovers card coming in. So, May is a great month for connection with love. And that can be like the Two of Cups that we were talking about earlier, where, it's romance for sure that's coming in here, spark. But also it's just a flood of relationship energy. That's relationship to yourself, to your higher self, to spirit, to a family member or two that you fell away from or had, and it's this bonding and this I'm sorry and I love this reconciliation. I feel like one's a reconciliation, one's more of someone moved away and comes back kind of energy. And you're like, hey, it's been forever, and you reconnect. And best friend, like if you don't have like this best friend that you're like two peas in a pot, or even maybe two of them, if you don't have that, this is also May is a month of springing up of relationships of all different kinds and an expansion of love in the month of May for you. So that's what's coming in, Jashan. So many blessings to you. And twin flame, divine soul, guidance for your love life. All right. So we have the high priestess here. The high priestess is this energy. She steps away from all the chaos, all of the energy that's being involved in love life and pursuit and all that, takes a step back, connects upward, dives behind, goes behind the veil, dives deep into the emotions and looks at everything. And, she definitely is this energy of reflection. Let me see what's hidden within me. What am I able to do regarding my self-love? And I feel like this is a time of stepping away to do that, because the more we raise our love vibration, the more that we can we of course draw in something more equal to that vibration than doing what we've done before and getting drawing in what we've drawn in before, right? But um there's that vibration that comes in that way. And then we also it went away. Bring it back, please. Because with this raising your love vibration. Oh yeah, thank you. Thank you, Spirit. I was like, sorry, I missed it. It was a perfect pass to me, Spirit, but I missed it. But part of the whole you know, where one of the big benefits of raising our love vibration is that we can't love others more than to the extent we love ourselves, nor give love more than to the extent we love ourselves. So if I love myself that much, no matter how much love I want to flood out to someone, it's just going to drip out. And no matter how much love they want to give me, it's just going to trickle in. And so it's an important time here as far as guidance for love is I raise my love vibration so that I can it's a win-win. I get flooded with this beautiful love from above, but it also allows me to give and receive love to the humans in the world too. And as I raise my love vibration, it draws in higher vibrational things. So it's a win-win, 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 with all of that. And I feel like that's the focus here is some deep breaths, step back. What are my obstacles that I've created over my lifetime standing in between me and my self-love? And spend a lot of time connecting higher that expands because that's where we're putting our attention, right? So I feel like that's an important piece for you, Twin Flame Divine Soul. So that's what they have. Many blessings to you. And then Starfall. You want to know, hey, what's coming towards you in love for the rest of March? All right. Well, you got the Hierophant here, and the Hierophant is this stepping in, it's like your soul drawing you into looking at the higher truths. And, what do I truly want out of a relationship? What does commitment, a committed relationship, really mean to me? Why do I want it? Why does it have to be this way? Why does it have to be that type of person? It's really this questioning and this, raising up of seeing it differently and seeing it with clarity. Because I feel like, it's the more we let go of the small t truths and the lower vibrational energies and belief systems and emotions and thoughts that are connected to love, the more, of course, the higher our love vibration goes, but the faster it comes in too. And it's like we're cutting away the chains and we're taking our heart and breaking away the bars that have trapped our heart so that it allows it to be free and it allows it to find a love that's more in alignment with it than being um, controlled and trained that it has to, love a certain person in a certain way in a certain time. There's this freedom that comes through that. And I feel like that's what they're wanting you to focus on for these next 2 weeks. We only got like 2 weeks left. Isn't that crazy? But I feel like that's what they're wanting you to really zero in on. It will just, it'll bring in the love faster anyway, but it'll be at a higher vibration too and be something more in alignment with what your heart wants than what we've been told we're supposed to want. All right. So hopefully that helps Starfall. That's what they have for you right now. So many blessings. And then Anu Priya, you want to know your forever person is in your orbit. Are they in your orbit? Not yet. You have the tower card coming in. And so I didn't mean to like clear my throat on the microphone. So sorry. But there is this clearing away. That's what it's doing. It's clearing clearing things out of your life so that it's clearing your throat chakra so that you can express yourself, be yourself. But no, but seriously, the tower card, actually all of that, but the tower card is about that there's going to be some significant things being removed out of your life to make space for this person um, that will be coming into your life, and things are being removed out of your path to move you forward where you'll meet this person. So there is some sudden movement and change, and it's a good indicator of, it's kind of like you didn't ask for. If they're not, when would I meet them? But there's this message here of that you're gonna have this it's a major arcana card, so it's a significant change in your life where something is moved out of your life, person, situation, whatever, where you're like, whoa. And because of this switch of stuff, that's what allows you to be in a position where you meet them. So I don't feel like you know them yet because the stuff needs to happen, and then that's when you meet them and it'll be someone new. All right, so that's what they have for you, Anupriya. So many blessings to you. All right, and then we've got macaroni. Hey, macaroni. Love that. And general for this upcoming week. All right, well, you've got a great amount of abundance with the Shah of Coins, the King of Pentacles. It's abundance, it's fullness, it's wholeness, it's a lot of wisdom of the outside world here. There might even be an individual, a very grounded individual, maybe an earth sign, but they got a lot of earth, a lot of groundedness, really down to earth, and very, very well educated as far as street smarts and world smarts. Not so much, they could have higher education, all that, but that's not what it's talking about. It's the ways of the world. They've really, been through it all their lives where they know a lot about how life works and they can give some great sound advice for you. So trust any kind of elder, any kind of mentor, that comes into your life this upcoming week, and just listen to what they have to say. Doesn't mean you have to take everything on, but just listen and see what wisdom, what resonates with you, with what they're talking about, because they know their stuff. And I like that. So, some sort of expert elder, really grounded person. So, I like that for you. So, trust that. Right, Macaroni? That's what they have for you. And then Anjou 777, you are up. So future self message here. Yeah, you got the Son of Staves, the Knight of Wands, fastest moving horse out of them all. And I love how they interpret this card here with the moth to the flame. There it goes. You can see it a little better there. But there is this movement. It's a great amount of movement that is coming up in your life and coming in super duper fast, quick, like now. And a lot of change, a lot of movement, a lot of fire, a lot of energy, which we've got Aries energy coming in here. We're feeling it already, but it's ignited here on Tuesday when we move into the equinox on the 19th. And so there is this birthing, this movement, this action. It's like, yeah, yeah, it's time for whatever you've been holding off on, you've been waiting for, and you're like, well, I don't know. It's like, now's the time. Now's the time. Do it, do it, do it, and so it's the perfect time to get things rolling, rolling, rolling right now. So put a fire under your butt, and let's get to it, right? So I like it. It's the time. No need to hold back anymore. Your energy is supported with movement forward, so you've got that extra boost that's coming in from the spirit world for you. All right, so that's what they have for you right now, Anjou. So many blessings to you. And then Infinity is one. Here's your free reading. Thank you for your other donations. And you want anything that Spirit wants you to know about the trip that you're planning to go on next month. All right. Woohoo. Look at going to see the world. Got the world card. Ending of old cycles, beginning of new adventures. There's this beautiful, victory feeling and that comes in with all this. So it's going to be a wonderful, wonderful trip that you're going on. Something that they want you to know because it's the ending of an old cycle, the beginning of an adventure. Let it be an adventure. Try not to have the trip be like planned from the moment you land to the moment you leave, where you come back and you need a vacation to recover from your trip. Allow it to be, fluid in a lot of ways. If there's things you want to see, things that need to be done, yeah, that's okay. But let's have free time. Let's have no plan time. It's like they're reminding me of a time when I went with my friend of mine to Hawaii. She went to dump her husband's ashes in the ocean, and she wanted me to go along for support, and we did. But we it would be like, okay, mornings are ours. We just went off to do our own things, and like I'd go to the beach and just watch the shores and do all that, and she'd go for a walk, whatever, and then we come back, and then that's when we either had, all right, we're gonna go on this tour, we're gonna go do this, we're gonna go that, and do whatever, but we had no plan time, and that's what they're encouraging you to do for that. So I like that. So that's what they have for you, Infinity. Enjoy it. It's very feels very successful, very abundant, but allow a lot of leeway of all possibilities. Let's see what happens. Have an adventure time with it all. Okay. All right. So that's what they have. Many blessings. And then Minahil, hello, hello. What's coming for you in 2024? Well, here is the new adventure coming in that we were just talking about with Infinity. You got the Fool's card. This comes after the which we just had, which is so synchronistic. You're coming off of this energy of last year of, you know, ending old cycles, the beginning of new adventures this year. The Fool card is about not having a whole lot of supposed tos and shoulds and need tos and have tos and musts and ugh. This is a year of possibilities, not limiting yourself, doing different things, having it be a yes, type of energy within reason, right? Of I'm gonna do things I would say no, and even though you want to do them, but you're like, no, it's like now is the year of stepping out. What are you waiting for to live and explore and have adventures instead of just existing in life? Make room for living in your life this year. And I feel like this is what's coming in, for you. I also have, if you check out my main page, I have energy forecast for 2024 for each individual zodiac sign. So be sure to check that out because you'll get some more information on love, career, money, and it also splits out the year into three equal sections of 4 months each, talking about a blessing for each, then also some additional information for each month. I mean, each 4 months. So be sure to check that out. But I feel like it is a year of freedom and doing the unexpected instead of what's expected. Because how boring is that? And it feels like you're existing. That's the cycle that you're ending. Is I'm not just gonna exist anymore. I want to live. So that's what they have for you, Minahill. So many blessings to you. And then the team, you are up. So is Leon your soon-to-be boyfriend. You're in the talking stage. Let's take a look here. I don't feel so. We've got the Five of Swords coming up here. This is the battle between the head and the mind, and I feel like there is some conflict in the communication that comes up. So things are going good in the talking stages now, but I feel like some red flags come up for you the more you guys communicate, and you're just like, yeah, this there's too much disagreement and not an open mind. I don't feel like they're open-minded about you, and you're not really open-minded about them in a way, and so there's some and I don't feel like they'll be, I just feel like there's some, like I said, some deal breakers that come up that you're just like, no, this doesn't feel right. So I don't feel like you do with this one. All right, I know, I'm sorry. But many blessings to you, it just means they're teaching you, but you do learn through it, right? It's a mirror. You do learn about, what is it that, you know, how can I be more open-minded? Why do I fear that? You learn through it for the next one, but so it's always for us, right? All right. So many blessings to you. And then Needy, Sarvaya, hello, hello, buddy. I am doing well. I hope you're doing well. What does the universe want you to know? Well, here you go. Shazam! We got this Ace of Wands coming in here, which is this, beautiful energy of course, new beginnings and sparks and passions and living your passion. And got all this Aries energy happening this week as we move into Aries season, and eclipse is coming up. We got a lot of endings and beginnings, and this is a lot about new beginnings, taking steps forward, allowing yourself to express and pursue your passions too. I just feel like your energy needs to be expressed, especially your creative energy. And it's like, what is it that you can create? Is it stick figures? Is it painting? Is it pottery? Is it making clothes? Is it poetry? What is it? Cooking? What is it that you want to be able to express your creativity through? And it's an important time for you to do that. Let those creative juices flow in whatever way or ways, that just make you feel alive. And this is what they're wanting you to focus on right now. So that's what they have for you, Needy. So many blessings to you. And then Kritika Mehotra, hello, hello. Hey, general for the week. Absolutely. All right. It is a week full of like sincere joy and happiness. I like this. You're filling up from the inside, it's filling up and overflowing to the outside world. And I like this. It can mean romance, it can mean friends, family, whatever. It's this emotional, like here comes the sun just came out. Whoa. And that's what it feels like, this giant bright, right? Literally, here's like this beautiful brightness, right? And it just feels like this is a week. It just feels like the light is shining on your life. And a lot of it has to do with your attitude and your emotional choice, too. I feel like you're stepping into the power of emotional choice and putting the end on some old ways of feeling, and you're choosing to feel differently. You're like, I'm tired of this. It's like they're showing me like It was a great movie with Kevin Costner, Dances with Wolves, and in it, he was a cavalry person. There was, a woman who, had joined a Native American tribe, had a husband who got killed, and she was in mourning for a year, and they met before the year was up, and they were really attracted to one another, but she honored her mourning period. And on the day after the mourning period is up, after they did the tribal ceremony of letting him go, they're like, "Well," you know. And I feel like that's what's happening. Is like there's this. All right, I'm done mourning. I'm done feeling this way. I'm ready to feel a different way. That's the kind of energy that's coming in, Kritika. So that's what's happening. That's what they want you to know right now. Definitely a high vibrational emotion week. So I like it. And there's going to be just some natural higher vibrational energy. You ever have those days you wake up and you just feel like you have a hug from the creator and you just wake up going, "Oh, I love today." And that's the kind of energy that's available for you. So if you wake up in the morning, just thank creator and your spiritual posse going, "Thank you guys." And then let the day just flow with that kind of energy. All right. So many blessings to you. And then Ateshi Singh, you are up and you want to know, what did your dream mean? Let me take a look here. Did you tell me more? Nope, it was someone else. I was like, someone else asked about a dream, but that wasn't you. It's actually is someone else. So let's see. What did your dream mean? You got the two of coins here, and there's this balancing coming in here. And the two of coins, it's cycles, it's waves, and I just feel like there's two things that were impacting your dream. One is what you were thinking about and dealing with, and not eating but watching and taking in, kind of seeped into your dreams. But the other thing is that you have this, your higher self and your shadow and all that, while your brain is taking a nap. It's like, perfect, now's the time we can get past the security guard, and let's put on this play to show you what we're wanting you to see about yourself. And the characters that are in your dream are about you. I feel like it was tinted with some stuff that you were focusing on, whether it was movies or news or whatever in social media. Something kind of influenced it, but a big piece of it was your shadow just wanting to bring a scenario for you to work through in here. And I feel like they're going to start bringing things in the peripherals, like you're going to see other people going through similar situations in the outside world, because they're just trying to bring it up in a gentle way to look at things. And yeah, I'm just wondering what was it about here? I feel like the Secrets of the Ancestors Oracle. I just want to pull a card here from them real quick. So, what was this dream? What more information do you want about this dream? Yeah. Altar of love, love overflowing. And so the energy, so sorry, the energy coming in this is about self-love, because you have the Ace of Cups in the middle here. And the energy that comes in with this, is about transformational and looking at things in here. And yeah, I trust the guidance of my heart is like the energy of it. But the shadow meaning of the card is about you're holding back on love. But the question is, are you holding back on love for someone else, or are you holding back on love for yourself? Your self-love is not what it could be, beautiful. It's time to turn the love inward, have compassion for yourself, care for you, and then allow that love to flow naturally outward. So, this does have to do with the reflection of your self love and to have you really look at whatever was going on there. It has to do with the because all these characters were you, so any emotions and feelings were between you and you, with all of that. So it does definitely confirm that this was a message about all the characters represented you. And so what were you feeling, in that? What characters were there? How did you feel about them? How did they feel about you? And just kind of sit with that and see how it meant about how you love yourself. Right. So hopefully that helps there. Ateshi, so many blessings to you. And then John V. Gavandi, is your ex coming back or a new person? Yeah, we got the Three of Swords here, which is um, pain and suffering and heartbreak and disappointment. So this is telling me no, that they're not coming back. They're very consumed. Uh, it's just better for a new person because you're learning and growing, and you can be growing through what was my experiences, right? You can see even in I love the way they have this. So if I can get it to focus. Very bright. There it goes. But you can see there's like a little tree with the roots that go down from the heart there. That there's a lot of things that you can learn through the relationship, but the whole thing about getting back together with someone that we've been with, unless we've done some significant transformation in our lives, and they have too, the first argument we get into, even though we forgave them, it's all here's all this ammo that comes back up and blah 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 blah. You remember when you blah blah, and when you've learned from a past relationship and you enter a new one, then you have the knowledge, but you don't have the ammo because they haven't done this. You just have this, oh yeah, this isn't them. You learn from them. You don't have all this um, resentments or any pain and um, emotions that are tied to that person's actions because they haven't done it. It's the old person. So that's why I feel like with that Three of Swords, this is about you moving on to someone else. So so that's what's coming in there for you, Yanbi. And if you got back together with your ex because they haven't done any work, you would just end up in the same situation again because they haven't changed. And even if they come back and go, I've changed, and you want to give them a second chance, I'm all about second chances, but it's okay. You don't just have free access back in where you were before. We start over, and I want to see consistent behavior for 3 months of this changed person that you are. They're like, 3 months. And you're like, oh, you haven't changed, have you? All right. So that's what they have for you there. So many blessings. And then new love, you want to know, does P just see you as fun time or something more serious? All right. I feel like they have a little bit of both here with the Two of Swords because the Two of Swords is about closing our eyes and opening our heart. So the Two of Swords just tells me too, they have two different perspectives on it. They do feel you like, oh, you're fun, but they also see a serious side for it too. But they go back and forth, I feel like they see the potential of something more serious, but the fun, they're all focused on the fun, but they're not just the fun. They're like, hey, well, let's see how this goes kind of attitude with this energy. So that's what they have there for you, new love. Fast and easy. Boom, boom. No, that's not what they think of you. What a bunk. uh, but just a very quick answer. And we like those sometimes, right? All right. So that's what they have. So many blessings to you, new love. And then me, ME, hello, hello. It's you again. Hey, good to see you. And happy St. Patrick's Day to you. So you want to know what your dream was about last night. You dreamt of an eagle molting while growing new feathers and having babies also growing feathers. You also dreamt of cows having numerous newborn calves of all colors each, but amongst them was a newborn zebra. What were you smoking or eating before you went to bed? Let's take a look here. Well, here we go. Six of coins, abundance, balance, energy coming in here. So I like this energy the Six of Pentacles is about equal giving and receiving, and even awareness of our out of balance giving and receiving from our inner child. Wow, this is amazing. The spirit is just, I know she just love him because the Six of Coins is about in our subconscious, we have, where our inner child learned when it was 7 years old or younger. So, babies growing feathers, calves, the inner children, these are what the babies all meant. And the, um, the energy that's below the surface with all of that is that it learns, like parents and grandparents, the people that are important to them that the little inner child wants love from, they give so much to get so little back. And so there's this, out of balance giving and receiving where we feel we have to give 1,000 love coins to get 1,000 back. And it just seeps down into our subconscious. And that's what our inner children run off of is this is my worth. This is what I deserve. And it keeps it on autopilot until we bring it from our subconscious to our conscious. So this is your subconscious bringing it to your attention, this out of balanceness that's coming in here, this molting, this letting go of old ways of thinking that were related to our childhood. The newborn calves is, this zebra that's within it is looking at things differently, a different way of approaching things, something more balanced between black and white, right? And so I like this energy. So there is this um I don't know, spark that is happening within your subconscious of looking at the way that you're looking at your worth and the worthiness. And a lot of it's below the surface. On the, conscious mind, we might be like, I want love, I want abundance, I want, raises and jobs and this and that. But for some reason, it feels like it's being blocked out, right? Where it can't come in. And it's like, well, this is that out of balance and giving and receiving that's below the surface. I can't throw because I don't have a chat going on, I can't throw up a link to it. But if I haven't talked to you about it, I have a playlist on my main page. If you go all the way to the top when you first click on my Buddha Zen Mystic Tarot name, you might have to scroll, but it will be Take 10 with Zen somewhere on the playlist at the very top on my main page. And go to episodes 4 and 5. 5 is what talks about the Six of Pentacles. And so you can kind of look at some ways and how you can transform that. But that's what's coming in for you. So interesting. And don't drink green beer before you go to bed at night. Just kidding. All right. So many blessings, me. Hopefully that helps. All right. And then Alice, you are up next. Oh, thank you. You're the one that referred your friend. Was it Tori? I think it was Tori. So thank you. Wonderful energy. I like them. So thank you for sharing me. You want to know, how does Harris feel and think about you after you didn't see him this weekend? Hope it makes him miss me more. LOL will be good for our relationship. Absence makes the heart grow fonder, right? But if you're doing it to manipulate, that's going to backfire on you. So you got the Seven of Swords coming in here. And the Seven of Swords, let's see if I can get it to focus a little bit here. Seven of Swords is, there's deceit with the Seven of Swords, thievery, stealing, deception. And, I feel like they were alone with their thoughts. And I don't feel like this is how they feel towards you or think about you. Like, um, not necessarily, but I feel like they've got a lot of their own thoughts and beliefs and mindsets that play tricks on them and thievery and, you know, playing games. And so they tend to see people playing games. And so if you're playing a game, then stop. Or they're just going to, it's not going to end well. Um, but if you were just not able to because you didn't, it's just the way it was, just know that they're thinking that people used to always try to manipulate and play games on them and try to get them to do what they wanted, them to do when they were younger. And so they have this natural tendency to feel like people are always trying to manipulate them and play games with them. And so I feel like being as pure and true and honest with them is an important thing. If you want a true deep relationship with them, I feel like honesty is, and I feel like you are. I mean, you're hiding things is like other people's extreme honesty, if that makes sense. You're very I feel like you're very, "Hey, blah, blah, blah," and so I don't feel like you play games. But if you are, thinking of any of that, just know that they appreciate honesty and upfrontness, and just tell them it like it is. What do you got to lose, right? You're just like, if you're feeling like, they're not giving you the attention that you're wanting, then talk about well, first of all, talk to yourself about it, going, um, how am I missing myself? And how's my relationship with myself? Because our outside relationships are reflective of our relationship with ourselves. So if you feel like there's some um, lack there in their interactions and response with the relationship, look at where your lack in your relationship with yourself is. That will transform things. But I feel like they're in this place of they always think that people try to manipulate them, use them. They got some pretty low self-worth mindsets that have been going on for quite a while. And so when if someone's like, "Well, I can't be around this weekend. I hope you miss me." They're just like, "Why do people rejecting me? Why don't people not want to be around me? What's wrong with me?" They have this tendency to kind of go in that direction there, Alice. So I know. But just be honest with them. Be honest with yourself first, and then be honest with them after. If after that you're like, "Oh, you know what? They were just being a mirror for me. I'm not gonna put that on them, and I'm just gonna start being grateful for everything that they give me, right? As I focus on giving me what I need, and then they're just above and beyond extra. That's where a healthy relationship comes from, is giving ourselves what our needs are, and then they're above and beyond extra, and we're grateful for that. Instead of seeing them falling short and lacking, we see them as overflowing in abundance because we're full on the inside. So that's what's coming in there for you, Alice. So hang in there. And again, thank you so much for sharing me with your friends. All right, many blessings. Then Andrea, 54 Hector. Hello, hello, you're up. So how does Carlos, your Leo boyfriend, feel about you not being able to go to see him for the week? Wow, look at right after one another. Let's take a look here. Well, they got two energies that come in here, and this is good. I mean, I feel like they are someone who tries to make the best of things. So it's funny that you have two flames on your comment, or in your yeah, your comment on for your question, and the two of the two of wands would be the two of flames. And so there is this, they're like, oh, disappointment, and oh, it'd been fun, and they were looking, they wanted, looking forward to the passion, they're looking forward to the, interactions and seeing that. But then they're also like, okay, well, we'll make the best of it, and I will see you again. And instead, I'm gonna focus on getting all this other stuff done. So they have all this built up energy. So instead, they're just going to really, I'm gonna work out, I'm gonna clean this, I'm gonna do that, I'm gonna go wash the car. They got all this other stuff that they're gonna focus their energy on to keep them kind of distracted in a way. Um, but so yeah, so definitely they're like, oh, you know, but I feel like they're not someone that, pouts. I feel like they're just like, for a moment, they allow themselves to feel for a moment of like, oh, well, poop, and then they're like, all right, well, what are we gonna do about this? Let's go. So I feel like that kind of energetic ness. So hopefully that helps. All right, so that's what they have for you, Andrea. Many blessings to you. And then Kiss JG, a general reading for you here. All right. So you got the Shah of Staves, the King of Wands, and so this is very fiery energy here. And I do feel like this represents someone of like a fiery type of personality that's coming into your life in the next 2 weeks. I mean, we've got this Aries energy hitting here um, on on Tuesday the 19th, and I feel like I don't know if you're invited to someone's like celebration for their birthday, but I feel like it, and this can be anywhere from March 19th to around April 19th. This Aries season, I feel like you're invited to a celebration, and I feel like it's someone you know already, but it's an important spark that happens between you and this Aries at this event, at this celebration, and I like it. I like it's either you meet someone else that's a spark there, but it's important, whatever this is, the event of celebrating this Aries individual, whether it's male or female, I feel like they're the conduit that brings something special into your life, whether it's a new special friendship or romance or passion or something, but it definitely is an important event. So if you do get invited to go to an Aries birthday party, make sure to accept that if you want to experience that adventure. Also, I have my pick a card for Aries sun babies, so be sure to send that to them and say, here's a free 3-month reading for you too. Happy birthday from Brett to Zen. All right, so that's what they have for you, Kiss at JG. So many blessings to you. All right, and then Magana, you are up. Hey, so should you send YS and TS a request on Instagram? What will they feel if you do? I feel like you've invested enough energy towards them. I just feel like it's time to refocus your energy, let that go with the 10 of Wands. It's endings and beginnings. It's like, all, when you look at all the energy you're investing in different things in your life, it's like now it's like let go of the stuff that feels urgent. Focus in on the important. So if there's 10 things that we're focusing energy on, they all can only move up one step. But it's like getting rid of the stuff that's not important and the stuff that's truly not like in alignment with your higher self, helps your true north, your dream, where you're wanting to head, and dump a lot of this energy that's being invested in things that aren't bringing you closer to your dream, closer to where you're wanting to head. I feel like they're a distraction that you don't need, is what spirit your guides are saying. They're like, let's keep going in a different direction. Let's refocus our energy. What's most important? Let's do all that, because if you like get rid of 9 things instead of 10 things going ahead one space, you have one thing that goes ahead 10 spaces. So you have progress and movement when you refocus the energy. So that's what's coming in, Magana. Since you asked, you can do what you want, but Spirit is saying, I recommend this instead. All right. So many blessings to you. And then Yana, hello, hello. You want to know what is coming towards you? You do have this great emotional stability coming in here. And with the 4 of Cups, usually they'll have like 3 cups in front of them that they're bored with, and then an Ace of Cups being offered to the side. And I feel what's coming towards you is like a love that you haven't had before. The other loves that you've had before just feel empty and not fulfilling. This one's different. This one has a spark. This one it's like they don't allow you to fall into some of the traps that you had before. It's what's coming into mind is one of my relationships where I learned so much about myself, because I used to move in with people fast and they wouldn't let me move in with them. They go, nope, not for a year till we've dated for a year. I'm like, what? and it caused me to face my trust issues because I didn't I'd move in fast with people because I didn't trust them. I know. I've grown, but, you can probably resonate with that, but, you know, because then I could keep an eye on them. And if I'm not living with them, what are you trying to hide? But and then I had accusations that I would say, "Why are there 2 cups in your sink? Why are there 2 towels in your up there?" And they were like, this mistrust, they're like, "You need to go get counseling for this because if you don't fix this, we're not gonna be able to be together." And so I went to counseling. I feel like this is the kind of individual they even are the one that taught me how I was taught manipulation like most people. I act sad and would walk out of a room and, oh, to try to get my way, because that's what you're taught, right? Um, if people don't do what you're doing, act sadsies, and then they feel responsible for your emotions, and then they do what you want. That's what I was taught. That's what how was done to me as a child, right? Oh, you made mom upset, she's sad, or dad angry, so you better, do what they want you to do because you're responsible for their emotions. Well, vice versa too. But they would be like, cry me a handful when I'd pout, or you're gonna ride that lip to town. It was funny. And I feel like this is the type of individual that's coming in is I love that you haven't experienced before positive things. They're going to show you a lot about yourself because they're not going to fall for the old things and they're a beautiful mirror for you. But they show you a lot of your self-love too, which I like. So that's what's coming in for you, Ayana. I like it. Many blessings to you. Right. So we still have about a couple of handfuls left. So hang in there, everybody. We're getting there. All right. And then we've got Kritika Sayani. Hello, hello. So, what will happen between Anavesh and yourself? Let's take a look here. Well, you've got the Nine of Swords here, and this is Nightmare and Insomnia card. And, I just feel like what's important here is that there's a lot of these fears that are being brought to fruition and, being brought to your face too, not so much all to fruition, but the awareness of them is what's being brought to fruition. And you're just seeing a lot of this, you know, behaviors that are triggering some fears of yours, and this is what allows them to be seen so that you can look at them and go, "Oh, I see what this is. What fear is this about? What's underneath that fear? What's underneath that fear?" And you're transforming things. 9 is a number of endings and beginnings. 10 is like the ending of it, but you're right at the core of realizing the fears, realizing the things that are impacting you and the thoughts and beliefs and mindsets that are triggering between the two of you. And I just feel like they're the absence or, um, the kind of contact that you do have with them just really shows you, this energy that, you know, it just shows you the the core of the continual fear of losing them or like I feel like walking on eggshells. I don't want to do something. Oh my gosh, I hope I don't. I hope I don't. It's like I feel like there's just this important, awareness that pops up between all this for you to really realize a lot of where your fears come from. So I feel like there's going to be some conflict to be honest. But when you realize, okay, this is for me, rather than going, why are you making me feel this way? Realize three fingers are pointing back at you and go, okay, these feelings are in here. These are mine, not theirs. So instead of going, why are you doing this? Say, you can ask yourself, why are you triggering this in me? Where's the fear? Let's look at that. And I feel like it's an important part of your progression here. So hopefully that makes sense. So that's what they have for you, Kritika Sayani. Many blessings. And then Angel Dreamer. Hello, hello. So what happened to David from Bumble? You're wondering if you should reach out and if he will be interested. Let's take a look here. Wow. I feel like we've got the Empress, so there's new birth, new love, new sensuality, kind of new birth and stuff going on with them. I feel like they found other interests. They found other someone in their, like, physical world, because the this is mother nature, mother nurture, so I feel like they've bumped into someone in their physical world that's there. So I wouldn't reach out to them. I feel like this is also a message for you about nurturing yourself. There's new birth and new things for you happening here, and so don't go backwards towards them. Let them go, let them fall away, and then I feel like there's self-love, self-nurturing that rolls into something sensual and new birthy that comes further down there. So I wouldn't let the bumblebee buzz away. Let the bumblebee buzz off. I like your spirit guides. They're a bit sassy. So that's what they have for you, Angel Dreamer. I like it. Someone's much more uh, in alignment with you, someone more like you know, giving and communicative and respectful and, of themselves. And so they're respectful of you more as well. All right. So that's what they have for you. So many blessings. And then Tammy M. So why do you see in your vision D at your door? What is he trying to tell you? And what is the message for you? All right. Yeah, you got the judgment card, which is your higher self calling you to a new place. So there's this door, and they're trying to help you step through it, from being in the cocoon to becoming the butterfly, letting your old ways go and stepping through and allowing yourself um, to go in this new direction. Let your old caterpillar ways go because they don't serve you anymore and it's not who you are anymore. Caterpillar relationships, caterpillar events, because you have gone through this cocoon and you're emerging as a butterfly. You don't think the same way, you don't feel the same way, you don't act the same way, you don't have the same desires and drives and where you're wanting to head in life. And so I feel like what they're telling you here, in your vision is, it's time to step through a new door and leave the old behind. So it's like your higher self is drawing you to this higher place, higher calling for your life in a way where they're drawing you into a different direction. I'm not sure if the flute means anything to you, but that's really standing out to me too. If we can get it to focus. Maybe, maybe not, maybe not. But you can see it. There's a flute there. It's like one of those Asian flutes that the monks would play. I like it. But that's what's coming in for you, Tammy. So hopefully that makes sense for you there. And a lot of people with dreams and visions. I love it. Some great energies coming in. All right. And then Rhonda, you're up next. Many blessings to you, Tammy, if I didn't say that to you. Rhonda, my friend, you're wanting to see what is the block that is keeping Rex and yourself from coming to an understanding of why we met. All right, let's take a look here. So you got the Three of Wands here. And the block is that that there's an off ramp that it's funny. I'm trying to. So it's a kind of blocking that I can't say that word on YouTube. I'll get banned or something. But the kind of block that happens when you're hanging out with a best friend and they leave you alone for a moment, and here comes this person coming towards you, and this your best friend's like, oh no, and they block they block them from getting to you. This is the kind of the energy I'm feeling with this Three of Wands. Is they're like, nope, it's you're destined to go in a different direction. And so there's this block coming in because that the misunderstanding is an important part of your journey in your relationship, and it's like, let's move it. In fact, I want to pull here from these Sea Soul Journey Oracle just because of this beach is is standing out here. And there's all the seawater So let's see here. What spirit wants you to know around this? I'll say they're blocking the rooster. All right, let's take a look here. What is this? Yeah. So there's this power energy here. Powerful. May you be as potent as the ocean. And let's find that here and see what message. They're short messages here, but here it is. So the reflection that you can have with all of this is the power of the sea is immense and potent. It can devastate and reshape the world in its path. It can hold miracles, tend to the tiniest of life forms, evolve and nourish an entire ecosystem. The sea has the power to nurture and to destroy. Oh, is the sea destroying this? The blessings that they have for you, it says, may you know your own power. May you allow your gifts to be seen. May you believe in your ability to change everything for the better. And the mantra is, I hold the power of the ocean within me. Didn't you have something about going across water before too with the Six of Swords the other day? I just feel like they're bringing that back. Across water, your power. Don't be afraid to follow your power, and that you don't need someone to empower you. You are powerful yourself. And I feel like you'll just, if you step back into your power, then you see information as well that just allows you to choose to go in a different direction. But I feel like they're blocking it because it's not supposed to be this, it's more get away. So I know, Rhonda, but that's what they have for you right now. So many blessings to you. All right. Let's take a look here. How many do we have left here? I think whoops. Let me just get a quick. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I've got about 8 left. So hang in there. And we're to Samya. Hello, dear. You just want to know, when will you get success in your exam and get the job that you're dreaming of? Well, I like that it's in your hands here with Malika of the staffs, which is the Queen of Wands. The Queen of Wands, she's very powerful. Whatever she puts her energy to and her mind to happens, and it all has to do with, she holds that Ace of Wands in her hand, so whatever she focuses on with that is what grows and expands. So, success in the exam has to do with where you're investing your power, right? So if I am focusing on, like, um, I want to pass the exam, or I miss passing the exam, or I fear I won't pass the exam, or I hate that I didn't pass the exam, um, then that energy grows. And the wanting is, I want to pass the exam doesn't mean you get to pass the exam. It means I'm telling the universe, I like wanting to be able to. All right, then you never get to pass it because you enjoy the wanting of passing it, not the passing of it. And you're like, no, 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 no. I want to enjoy the passing of the test. They're like, okay, then focus on gratitude for having passed the test. And like, but I haven't passed it yet. They're like, well, you picture in your mind seeing yourself pass the exam. You feel the emotions of what it would feel like to pass the exam. And then you take actions, of course, studying for the exam, keeping your energy and calmness. And when you're focusing on gratitude, you can even have gratitude for all the other tests that you've passed, all the other exams that you've passed, everything that you're grateful for in your life. Then that brings in more things to be grateful for. And especially when you focus on the exam, boom, it brings in that energy for it. But when we're focusing on the fear of it or whatever, we draw in the lower vibrational energy in relation to the exam instead of the higher. Same thing with the job that you're dreaming of. One, make sure it's the job that that your heart is dreaming of, not that your mind is trying to meet. It's about being here in the moment, being here now, and enjoying the journey, enjoying the process. When we get caught up into the future of like, I've got to pass the exam, and I've got to get that job, and then I've got to that, we're not living, we're focused on this illusion of a thing called a future, right? And when you look into this moment, this is where we live, this is where life happens. And so when we get so consumed with the future, we get drawn out of our energy and we come back to the now. We can sit in gratitude for what we do have, what will become, and then we just focus on the very next thing. And then there's not fear, there's not, and that helps us too. When we're calm and we're present in this moment, then we have access to our beautiful brain and all of the information. When I go to take the exam and I'm all focused on outcome, I'm out of the now, I'm out of the higher vibrational energy, I'm into fears, right? I got to pass this, I got to pass this. Then our brain goes boop, it shuts off. It goes into overheating, when our little inner child feels unsafe or out of control. It shuts off our intelligent brain, the one we need access to. It's like turning off the, automatic steering on the car. It's like, no, we're struggling now. Um, and we don't have access to that. So if we can stay calm and in that energy, then you can move forward on those things. So I feel like the energy, it's all about us, what we focus on. If I focus on the future or the past, I'm out of the moment. I'm in fear energy, and I'm in lower vibrational energy. Come back here now, sit in gratitude, and do the very next thing. So hopefully that helps, Samya. And that's what they have for you right now. So many blessings to you. All right. And then, and are you, so is this the, sorry, I've got Samya Rao, which is right after it, which has almost the exact same question. Is that you? Because you want to know when you will get a job and how will your career be. That'd be funny. I don't know. It's spelled differently, so I just think it's synchronistic, maybe. I'm like, am I not seeing it right? So Samya Rao, I probably mispronounced that. My apologies. You want to know when will you get a job and how will you and when and how will your career be? So what I just told Samya, listen to that too, because you can glean from that. So back up and listen to theirs. But you've got the death and the rebirth coming in here with the death card here. And when you'll get the job here, just feel like it's when you let go of the supposed tos and the shoulds and the need tos and the have tos and this must, there's just like this transformation that's happening. And I just feel like there's this new birth, this change of things. It reminds me a lot of the caterpillar and the butterfly, which the caterpillar dies. Not technically, the character of the caterpillar ends, right? It goes into the cocoon. It turns into caterpillar soup, right? It just transforms. It's no longer this long caterpillar. It's just this big cocoon of ooze that still has form, but it's changing its form, and it alters until it becomes and creates the wings and the little, butterfly in the middle, and its desires change. It no longer wants to eat leaves and get fat because that's what it does to be able to blit and create the cocoon and do all this. When it leaves the cocoon, it wants to fly, not walk. It wants to seek nectar, not eating leaves. So it does different things, right? It's becomes different. And I feel like looking at what you truly want to do, what is it you truly want to be? How do you want to share this unconditional love in your heart with the world in your own unique way? I feel like you need clarity around what is it that I want to do, because I feel like you're maybe a little aimless, and what you're wanting to do, and you're like, well, this is what I've done before, or what I've supposed to do. But there's a great book, if I haven't shared it with you yet. Um, but it's Discover Your Dharma by Sahara Rose. She has a website, iamsahararose.com. So if you go to it, there's two tabs that have some free quizzes, and it's got some free information on the website. But if you look under the purpose tab, there's a Dharma archetype quiz, which tells you gives you like two ways that your top two ways on how you want to share with the world that can give you some clarity. And then also when you look at under the Ayurveda tab, yeah, it's the dosha energy. I think it's dosha energy quiz, but it also tells you about your energies and how you go about expressing that energy. So those things can help you and help identify more about what your true dream job is and what is your career. What do you want to do? And then that helps you take action and step towards that. So that's what's coming in for you, Samia Rao. So hopefully that helps. Many blessings to you. And then Shrutika Gawandi, you want to know what connection is between you and Shaitan Bhati? Is it karmic or twin flame? You know, with the Four of Wands here, I don't feel this energy of those. I feel like it's more of a possibility of a relationship that you guys can have here with the joy, celebration, and marriage card. But it's equal passion, equal energy, and I don't feel like there's this type of a faded relationship in this lifetime. I feel like it's a possibility, it's an extra, it's an option that can happen, but it's not required. So I don't feel like there's in this lifetime that there's this, that kind of tie. I feel like it's more not that you haven't had past lifetimes and stuff together. I feel like you have, but in this lifetime, you kind of came in with like no options, or not options, but no fate. Like other lifetimes will come in, and it'll be like fated. We will be married, and whatever the marriage is going to be like is up to us. In this lifetime, it's like nope. There's no have to fated. That's going to happen, but it's choice that could happen. It's possibilities. So that's the type of energy I'm feeling's coming in there for you, Shrutika. So hopefully that helps. Many blessings to you. All right. And then HTTPS, this is your free reading. So you would like to the boss messages from your angels. You're so funny. So what do they have here for you? Ooh, didn't you get the moon already? Well, you got the moon card coming in. So moon phases and cycles are very, very important for you. And tracking them, and I don't know if we've talked about that before, but tracking them is an important thing. What's over here? Because I'm working on it. Let me just. So I have like I'm a Pisces moon, and I have a ton of water in my chart. So moon cycles impact me. So I have this like this daily planetary guide. So there we go. A great one. It's so informative. They've got all sorts of stuff. They even got a page with all the new and the full moons on there. And so there is this great energy, that comes with the moons, and they impact us all anyway. But some of us, depending on our birth charts and different things, are really impacted by the moon. And like all you water moons and water signs and people with the water in their chart, you're like, oh yeah, you're coming off of new moon energy, and the full moon energy is there, and you're coming off of that, the new moon. You're just like always impacted by the moon. And being aware of that, every 2 to 3 days we change a different moon cycle. It's important to know, because we go from fire into earth, into air, into water, back into fire, into up and down, right? And all this, or more like weaving through these different types of energies. And it's important for you to know that, because you do have this, you're influenced by it. And I feel like they're wanting you to know that. Also, we have new moon in Aries, solar eclipse on April 8th. And I feel like that's an important date for you too. Um, and the 18th of the month. So tomorrow, as we go into getting close to going to Aries energy and through April 18th, I just feel is an important period of paying attention to the moon cycles of the lunar eclipse, the solar eclipse, but just in general as a practice going forward. And you don't have to purchase a book. You can like look online. They've got moon phase websites that's all free that you can look at that too. But pay attention to the moon cycles. It will give you a lot of information around yourself, but also you get to start to look at how it impacts other individuals too. And it can help you deal with the forecast of the weather, the emotional weather that's out there and in here, but it allows you to see that. So I like that for you. So a little bit of a tidbit of information. So many blessings to you, HTTPS, and thank you again for all your donations. I appreciated those. All right, so we got down to like 4 more, so hang in there. We got VD Jalan, you are up. So hello, and what message does your higher self have for you? And absolutely, and thank you so much for your kind words. Your higher self says it's time to step back and be a hermit. You're like, no, but it's just making sure to take time for yourself. It doesn't mean a complete hermit unless um, you want permission to be a hermit, do it. I'm a hermit in my own way. My friends call me that. What's the hermit doing today? Leave me alone. I'm in my cave. But there's this time to step away and to connect with spirit and to really get into this quiet space. I feel like they do have some great information and to share with you and to um, bring in for you. And, in fact, I feel like they want me to pull one of these, um, Secrets of the Ancestors Oracle for you real quick. So they got these messages that they just want to commune, with your ancestors. So you can, um, glean on at least from one of your ancestors that you are familiar with. Wow. They got the twins, conscious connection. Yeah, I love this. So, this is card number 6, which of course upside down is 9. And I just feel like there's this importance in connecting with whatever this twin energy means for you. But it says you deserve to be loved fully and completely on your terms. Check in with your closest relationships and with spirit. What needs to be addressed? Are you at a crossroads? The twin ancestors show up together to represent love of all kinds: familial, romantic, divine, and self love. The twins are heart led, passionate, and crave connection. Bring your whole self to all loving unions. You are worthy just as you are. The ancestral memory says the twins are depicted by the ancient Marasa Jumu, twin LWA deities of Haiti, renowned for their healing powers. The ancestral medicine that comes with this card for you is, my child, there are those in your bloodline who didn't know love or who considered it a frivolity. Do not let this be your inheritance. Shadow energy for this, if it resonates at all, says you do not need to be in a relationship to be whole. There may be a need for introspection and resolving inner conflicts, right? Hermit card. Before seeking connection with others, your current relationships may have disharmony, imbalance, or conflicts. And this is the Lover's card, the Gemini twins, card number 6, too, is what it relates to. And so it is about relationship to your higher self, to yourself, the spirit world, to others, family, friends, lovers as well. And the declaration is, I am worth loving and I am love. Wow. Beautiful message. So I feel like there is this message from spirit drawing you in to this relationship, because the more you connect with your higher self, the more your ability to give and receive love to the outside world also expands. So feel like it's filling up with your inner self love, and it's transforming the relationships of the outside world. So I just feel like it's a nice little invitation to spend some time with spirit there. All right. So many blessings to you. And then Sarah, you wanted to know about your future spouse, anything that comes up. Let's take a look here. Wow. So we got the justice card coming in, and I do feel like this is about their job. I feel like they're in some sort of uh, position that's related to justice. What is that? Lawyer, police officer, judge, convict. No, I'm just kidding. No convict. But, um, it could be paralegal, but it has to do with justice, and it has to do with representing, you know, and in that justice kind of field. I feel coming in here. There's this energy too that they are more, kind of nudged to helping people that are downtrodden. If you have like these law firms that are helping people, overcome things and battle, and they work on pro bono, and if they win, then I feel like there's someone that's very much about they spend some of their time doing that because they want to help society and community, in addition to doing their practice or how they're doing that. But I love that energy. So a little bit of tidbit, woo woo woo. There you go. So many blessings to you. All right. And then God's daughter, you actually had two questions. And so I try to keep it down to one free question per session, just out of fairness, and timing and all that. I feel like the one about why doesn't Andre last with his ex-girlfriends that he has dated, I feel that's more someone else's business. It's like, well, you know, w- uh, you know, that's their in inner workings and stuff. I feel like the last one that you posted is what spirit wants me to answer, which is why doesn't your brother like you, right? So we've got here's the children. We got the sun card, which represents Leo energy, and these are the inner children here. And what this tells me here is, when people every moment is either of unconditional love or fear of losing conditional love. And when we're looking at, someone's actions, if they're expressing dislike towards us, that's a mirror. It's about their dislike for themselves, right? And they're in fear, they're feeling unsafe or out of control, and they're just expressing their fear. We're lovable, we're perfect. Why wouldn't anyone like us? Right? That's true, that's really how it is. People don't like, or, you know, people have lower vibrational, uh, emotions towards other people when they're in fear. We have higher vibrational loving feelings when we're not in fear. And so, you can just realize that your brother, when if they express anything to you, they're in fear. And we take their actions defining us. And that's, we can look at ourselves and go, I'm looking in a mirror of them, and I can ask myself, what about myself don't I like? And, this allows me to really embrace my self love and understand the love of myself. And that's why these mirrors come into our life reflecting stuff to us so that we can see what we want to see about ourselves until we see it. So when we have other people not liking us or treating us a certain way, it's because we have um, something about our own love for ourselves that's in here. And then once we transform that, then it changes how we see the outside world. And your brother, and when you realize their actions are reflections of how they feel about themselves, It's like someone looking in a mirror. You walk by someone, they're looking in a mirror and they're going, "I hate you. I don't like you." Blah blah blah. You're like, "Oh, wow, that's how they feel about themselves." And when you're it's like you're on a two-way mirror. That's even a cooler example. Thank you, Spirit. So you're in a two-way mirror or one-way two-way mirror? It's the mirror where they can't see you, but you can see them, right? So all they see is their own reflection and they're yelling at themselves. And if we don't realize that it's a mirror they're looking into, we think, why are they hating me? Why are they looking at me? No, this is all about themselves. So hopefully that helps a little bit there, God's daughter. It just helps us understand everyone else's, you know, actions have little to do with us. Our actions and what we see have to do with us, and that's where we glean a lot of our awareness. So hopefully that helps, my dear. And that kind of answers the question with, Andre and all that too, right? It's like this is all about them, what's going on inside of them, right? Um, if they can't keep a relationship with someone else, it means they're unable to keep a relationship with themselves. So how can they keep a relationship with someone? It's like if your brother can't have love for themselves, how can they have love for you, right? You get it, I know. All right, everybody, that's it. Hopefully, whoa, as I smack my microphone around, sorry about that. Um, if I missed anyone, my deepest apologies. And as soon as I finish up here, I'll put the long list of order in which these readings occurred. I just realized this over 2 hours. Wow. But thank you so much for all your love and support and all the thumbs up you give the video. It does tell me you're enjoying the free readings. And thank you for your patience in me getting to the free readings. Until I see you guys again, I'll be back on Friday. If you need any other free readings and messages from Spirit, you can check my main page. I got a ton of pick a cards and free content. If you'd like a free, not a free reading, a personal reading, or past life reading, or relationship, or life purpose readings, all that information's in the description box of the video down below if you'd like to purchase a reading. And yeah, that's it. So I'll be back Friday morning for the next free readings. Till then, have an amazing week. And remember, every second of every day of your life, that you are unconditionally loved by the Mother and the Father of all things, our Creator. And of course, I love you too. So until I see you guys again, much love to you. Enjoy the rest of your day or night, wherever you're out in the world. And much love to you. Hang in there. You take care. We'll see you.